Welcome to IFS Industrial Intelligence, Voices of Industry. Stories from the people building the backbone of the world's industries with AI that actually works. Because for the industries that never stop, neither do we. Each episode features IFS experts who worked on the front lines of industry, in manufacturing plants, energy grids, aircraft hangars, and construction sites. They bring real-world experience to the conversation, sharing what's changing, what's next, and how AI is being applied to make operations safer, faster, and more resilient. Today, I'm speaking with Martin Harris, Principal Product Manager in our Service and Asset Management Group in IFS R&D. Martin's career journey started in civil engineering before moving to aerospace and defense, and then over 30 years working in IT directly with customers across the world's key industries. Thank you for joining Voices of Industry today, Martin.
Thanks, Sajani. Great to be here.
Martin, you started your career in civil engineering back in 1991, and then you moved into aviation and defense. Can you share a bit about those early days and what drew you to these industries?
Sure. My early days were founded really by an interest in engineering, driven through my parents. My dad was a mechanic. I was taught to service cars at 9 years old and pull apart engines. And that kind of interest sparked through my career in education. And then post-education, I wanted to carry on that engineering influence and do stuff in that domain. Always been interested in roads and bridges, so I went into civil engineering and spent 3 years building roads and bridges with a team, of course. And then after 3 years of getting wet through winter and cold through winter as well, decided to move inside and focus on aerospace and defence, another one of my key interests. And then worked for one of the big UK defence contractors in that space. Another few years there, really enjoyed that time, took it all away, and then focused from there in towards the IT domain. Again, still pursuing that engineering interest.
And how does that background shape the way that you think about the world of industrial AI today?
I think it gives me that engineering principle first view of the world across many, many industries, all of our key industries I've worked in at some point or other. And it allows me to understand the challenges these people are trying to face and try to solve. And it allows me to look at how our tools and how AI, particularly on top of our tools or working with our tools, kind of balance those challenges.
And you worked with customers in aviation and defense, oil and gas, manufacturing, and many more. What are some of the biggest challenges you've seen these industries face when it comes to managing assets and work?
Yeah, it's a similar set of challenges been around for a long time. It's typically around data quality, data volumes. It's around people. Retiring workforce is a big issue right now. It's around clunky, cumbersome processes. And it's around the sheer volume of data that exists today. So it's trying to unlock some of those challenges and make it easy for people to access information, the right information at the right time, at the right place, and make sure those processes flow seamlessly through.
And how do you think AI is changing the landscape of asset management in these complex industries and handling those complex challenges that you just mentioned?
It's a spectrum. I think one of the big issues with helping AI, with using AI to help with, is to understand data and unlock data. So giving engineers copilots at their fingertips to spend much less time trying to find information is really key. If you consider today an engineer spends about a third of their time trying to find data, copilots massively reduce that effort. But also thinking about using AI for capturing information from documents and creating content automatically, thinking about how we use AI to map data into our systems from other tools. There's a whole wide variety of cases it helps.
And looking ahead, Martin, what excites you most about the future of industrial AI and the opportunities it brings for our customers?
I think it's just the ability to keep unlocking information, keep making those processes more streamlined, keep improving efficiency. If you can take time away from people trying to search for information or try to capture information, that gives them time to do the work they really should be. So whether it's hands on spanners and turning things around or working on new build projects, it's that ability to kind of take away some of the burden that we see today and give people greater insights into the knowledge that exists in that data.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And finally, Martin, if you could give one piece of advice to organizations that are starting their AI journey in asset-intensive industries, what would it be?
Focus on the end. So what is it you're trying to achieve with AI? I mean, we've seen so many people who've kind of played with AI, done some prototyping, but haven't really delivered anything because they haven't thought through what they're trying to achieve with it as an end goal. So keep the end goal in mind and work out what data you need, what tools you need, what processes, information, technology, and build the whole thing in such a way that you're completely focused on what it is trying to achieve. but also bear in mind it might change. So you have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust quickly and dynamically to any changing influence and circumstances.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us today, Martin.
My pleasure.